Hello and welcome to this episode, and in this episode once again we have an exercise for you that is odd or even exercise. So I want you to write a program that takes a number from the user, and then this program determines whether this number is odd or even. So go on and try to solve this problem on your own. This will help you improve your programming skills, and if you are not able to solve it, or if you want to check how it can be solved, then come to this video once again and I will be showing you how to solve this problem. So welcome back, and now let's go and solve this problem. The first thing that we want to do is to take the number from the user. So we want to prompt the user using printf, and we want to tell them a message to enter a number. So that we can do, and then we will introduce an integer to hold that number, integer number. Maybe we can give it an initial value as well, initial value of 0, and then we can store the number that the user enters using scanf. Then we can use scanf to get the number from the user and store it here in this number, right? I'm not going to write the whole code in here. I just want to go to the most important part of the logic of this program. So once we have this program, how we can determine if this number is odd or even by having the remainder. Any number which is even, if you divide it by 2, the remainder will be 0. So for example, 4, if you divide it by 2, the remainder will be 0. 12, if you divide it by 2, the remainder will be 0. And any odd number, if you divide it by 2, the remainder will be 1. So that is the logic of our program in here. So based on that, we can create if statements. We can say that if this number, which we have got from the user, is divided by 2 and the remainder is equal to 0, then we can print a message that this number is even, right? We can do that. And we can create another if statement, and in this if statement we will say that if this number is divided by 2 and the remainder is equal to 1, that means that this number is odd. So we will print that the number is odd. So this is basically the logic of our program. Now let's go to my computer and we can write the code there. So here we are on my laptop. Now let's go and write our code. Include stdio.h, our header, our main function, and then inside of the main function, our program is going to be the first thing that we want to do is to give a message or prompt the user to enter a number. So this is the message, and now we need a variable to hold that number. So we create a variable number is equal to 0. We give it an initial value of 0. That's just a good practice to always do that. Then using scanf, we want to read the number from the user and then store it in this variable that we have created. Now it's time for us to create the logic of this program. The logic is that if the number that was provided is divided by 2 and the remainder is equal to 0, then that number is going to be even. So we will write a message, the number is even. And if this number that was provided by the user is divided by 2 and the remainder is either equal to 1 or not equal to 0, because basically we have two possibilities in here. If you have a number and you divide it by 2, you will either have a remainder of 0 or 1. Nothing else is possible. So we can write if this number is divided by 2 and the remainder is 1, or we can also say that if this number is divided by 2 and the remainder is not equal to 0, this kind of logic is also possible. So we can say that this number is odd. So that's it. This is our program completed. Now let's go and run this program. So we want to enter a number 97. The number is odd. So that's it. See you in the coming episodes.